Internet, welcome to an episode of We Nerdin Out, the podcast that disguises itself as a news show, but honestly, it's just two guys babbling a bunch of BS about some cool stuff that we found during the week. Me, Fun Kai, with my buddy Spenny, aka Babbling Box Boy,
The
and
box boy.
here today to tell you about the cool stuff we found during the week. And to start it off, we are diving in with the new and announced Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yes, sir.
Tell them all about it.
Well, I'll tell you guys that
Something about
there's
it.
not a lot to talk about, but the title for the movie has been announced. The title is going to be Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
Yes,
So
sir.
that is a cool title. What do you think?
I love Dungeons and Dragons and I love movies. Should go good together.
Yeah,
Production between Entertainment One and such. So I mean, pretty good, pretty good production company. So I mean, should be good. Not much else to say about it other than it exists. It's been acknowledged. It's good. It's going to be a thing, and I'm excited for it.
yeah. Have
That's
you
where I'm at with it.
have you seen the other Dungeons and Dragons movie?
I have not. No, I play the games, the ones that have been on like Game Pass, like Dark Allegiance. I've played that game for Dungeons and Dragons. I played like the spin-offs of Dungeon D&D, like Talisman, the board games. Those are really fun. And then I'm a big fan of like Warhammer, like 40,000 and stuff like that. So like this kind of game is something I really like. So for them to make a movie about the lore would be really awesome. And I like D&D, so like perfect. I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
Can't get enough movies, especially stuff
yeah.
like this whole fantasy genre. Like, give me it all. I want it all. Love it.
That's a valid way to look at it. More fantasy now, and this one has Chris Pine in it. So if you like the
Chris Pine Needle.
Pinester, yeah, the Pinester, if fucking Captain Kirk himself, he'll be in it. I don't know. It doesn't say what he'll do or who he is, but he's in it, and
He's
that's
something.
good enough for me.
That's
Um,
some
the
weird way
only
of describing the movie for what it's
yeah.
supposed to be like in terms of genre. Like that way he described it. It's gonna be Goonies, Princess Bride, Game of Thrones, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I'm like, oh cool. What the fuck? I'm like, "Oh, cool, I like that show too," but, like, how is this intertwined with each other? I don't quite get it.
Yeah.
It's such, polar opposites from each other.
Yeah, I love how he just like name dropped like a bunch of like I would think like iconic fantasy slash comedy movies, like, or I guess Game of Thrones is a movie, but you know what I'm saying? Like they're like they're just the fucking generic like yeah, it's like Game of Thrones. If you like that, you'll like this, and then it's like everyone's nostalgic about Princess Bride or like Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And then he just throws in the ultimate like nostalgic buddy movie. He's like in the fucking Goonies, and you're like,
And the
okay,
Goonies.
like Sloth is gonna be in it. Is that what you're telling me? There's gonna be a dude who does the truffle shuffle, like.
Chunk.
So I mean, yeah, it's a very bizarre way to describe the movie, but I mean, it still sounds pretty cool. And the title's got like a real edgy, extreme nature to it. Honor Among Thieves. So
Honor
there's
Among Thieves.
obviously going to be some thieves involved.
I'm
And you
I'm
know
thinking
what?
Aladdin now all of a sudden in my head, like,
Arabian Nights. You know what I'm saying? Is like Chris Pine will steal our hearts. That's what the title's really all about. It's
I have
about
no idea what this movie's gonna, like, be about at all, or how to if, like, is this a comedy or what the fuck are we about to watch here?
judging by the
I'm
way
still
Chris Pine described it, I don't even think he knows what the movie's going to be about. So we'll see.
Michelle Rodriguez is in this?
Oh, shit! She's the
For those
fucking.
don't know, that's the Fast and the Furious, queen of,
She's
what's
the
his face there?
she's
Vin
the
Diesel.
token tough girl that's in almost
Yeah.
every movie. They're like, we need a tough looking chick. She's like, I got that handled. She's in SWAT. She's in the Fast and Furious movies. She's
Hugh
in other
Grant is
stuff
gonna
that
be
I
in
can't
this?
remember. Hugh Grant? Dude, he's
Hugh
getting
Grant.
old. Not that that's
Yay.
like not calling him out. He's looking a
No.
little bit on the older side.
Looking a little like you seen a thing or two.
He's brilliant in Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman. Very good in that movie. If you guys have not watched it, I recommend it. I would ask Kyle if he's seen it, but I know he hasn't. So,
Which movie?
The Gentleman.
The giant. Yo, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, no, no.
Yeah, I knew. I didn't have to ask. All right, on to the next thing, Kyle.
On to the next. Next.
So the next thing in the
Swipe.
movies and TV thing, they have announced that Love, Death and Robots is getting Volume 3 and it's coming in May. Which I don't know if you know this, but that's this month, so it's soon.
Those that don't know that it's May, it's actually May 2nd now. So the time that we're recording this is May 2nd. So you might be watching whenever, but it's May now.
It's May now.
May now.
So yeah, they announced it's coming out in May. I don't believe a specific date has. I lied. It's Friday the 20th of May. So it has been announced officially. It'll be the 20th of May. Kyle,
20th
have
of May.
you fucking watched this show ever?
I have not watched it.
Fuck.
I seen the announcement for it was like death, love, and robots. I'm like, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. It sounds awesome. And then I forgot about it and forgot about it ever since. I didn't even know they did a second. I knew about the first one. I didn't know that there was a second one. Now that you're telling me there's a third one, I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm just lost. So I'm gonna have to dive into this and give it a watch.
Yeah,
So that yeah, you? I'm assuming you've watched this.
I've watched it. As like most of the internet, when this show came out, part one,
Not this guy.
part uno, it was like talked about everywhere. So a lot of people were binge watching it. It was much like Tiger King before Tiger King was a thing. It
Ugh.
came and then it was the thing that people talked about for a minute and then it left. The only thing is this show made a volume 2 that is just as good as volume 1. But very much like the Lion King, or what did I say? The Tiger King, nobody cares
Tiger King.
anymore. You know what I mean? Like that guy is in prison still. Nobody gives a shit. But this show you should give a shit about. Season 1 it's spectacular. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's like a series of mini shorts that are like all CG and like computer generated. They're beautiful. Many different variations of art styles. Most of these things could make like astonishing TV shows or video game concepts, but they managed to flesh out these stories in the matter of like, I don't know, 20 minutes. Like none of the episodes are very long. Every episode's its own story. So there's just a bunch of compelling, interesting little shorts that they put together in like almost like a sizzle reel type fashion. And season 1 caught a lot of people off guard and really surprised a lot of people. A lot of people enjoyed it. Volume 2 took a while to come out because these things take a lot of time to generate. You know what I mean? It's like they don't make a Pixar movie every week because it takes a long ass time to do. So these people, you know, it took them a little while to turn out season 2, and then we're finally getting volume 3, which I'm excited for, and I will watch, and I will probably talk about it again. But I recommend if you guys have never given this a shot, that you give it a shot and stay posted for volume 3. So like if you haven't given it a shot till now, you will have so much to binge come May 20th.
Got two parts to dive into now.
Yeah.
Maybe I can crush out both by the time the new one gets here. That's kind of how I roll. I like to binge everything.
Dude, that's even a
I
good
have no
strategy.
self-control.
A lot of you should follow in Kyle's footsteps. If you've watched season 1, rewatch it. Watch season 2, and then prepare for the volume 3. Unfortunately, you can't really like, you know, talk about what's going to be in volume 3 because the nature of the show is every episode's different, so they're not going to tell you. But there'll be more good stuff, Kyle.
Good stuff.
Yeah. What are you laughing about, guy?
Oh, nothing.
Okay. Okay.
All good. All good.
Okay.
We're not scripted here. We're not scripted.
Yeah, not scripted.
I'm going to watch it, though. We'll give it a go.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know about your feedback. And if those of you have watched it, you know, and you've made it this far, get into the comments and be like, yeah, I watched it, you piece of shit. I actually did watch volume 2. You're stupid. People still like this show. And I will take back what I said about you all being peasants and only watching the first season. All right.
Fuck.
Think for yourselves, sheeple. Nobody liked the fucking Tiger King. Really? All right.
I didn't like at all.
Did you not watch it?
I didn't even like, I watched like a little bit and I was like, this isn't for me. And I just stopped.
Dude. It's not for anyone. It's like the weirdest phenomenon to happen. Not saying it's bad, but it is certainly bizarre that people gave enough of a fuck about it. I think it had like
It was a thing. It was huge.
I think, well, pandemic certainly had something to do with it, but I think it just had like the kind of touchstones of something that feels familiar. Like it's kind of like Making a Murderer meets like a Lion Tamer type of thing. So it's kind of got like this seedy underbelly story where you want to know if Carol Baskin's like actually a fucking murderess. And then,
Wasn't that actually proven that she didn't do it now?
I mean, it's all hearsay, Kyle. It's hearsay.
Hearsay, that's the word of the day too for the whole
Yeah,
Johnny Depp case going on right now.
it's hearsay. Who could really
Hearsay, is it not?
say? It's only murder. Like, no, it might
Only
have
murder.
happened. It might not have happened. It's hearsay.
Hearsay.
But yeah, so Kyle, you're not missing much. We don't need to talk about it any longer. We can move
Deal.
on. So that was it for stuff to talk about in movies and TVs. It went by quick. Like if you sneezed, you probably missed a lot of it.
You probably did.
But thank
Don't worry, just
God,
rewind it.
thank God there was some cool gaming news this week or weeks. It's been a minute. We didn't even touch on the fact that I was like gone in the jungle for like 2 weeks, and that's why we haven't done an episode till now.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to even mention that. Yeah, we took a little breaky poo there.
Yeah. So before we
Things
get
just weren't working out and lining up, and then sicknesses arose, and yeah,
yeah before
just
we
what happened. Real life stuff.
before we get into the video games, just I'm sorry. We've gone. I'm
I
sorry.
didn't mean it.
It won't happen again. I swear. Don't
I
leave me. My dad went
we
and
will
got a
keep
pack of
posted.
cigarettes 2 years ago. I've never seen him since.
I
He,
can't take that type of disappointment anymore.
he said I
Don't
was
leave
he
me.
said I was stupid. I bought the wrong brand, and then he left, and he won't even answer my phone calls anymore. But we're back at podcast episode 9.
Episode yeah, 9.
It's 9, I think. I
No,
didn't
I
check.
think
I'm gonna call it 9, and if it's not 9, I'm gonna put
it's
it.
9.
I'm gonna call it 9'er. So it's like it was kind of 9, but then we're in it. So that's the tech.
Cover all the bases.
Yeah, it's 9'er. It's not. We
9er.
didn't miss anything.
9er ish.
9'er ish. That's how you cover it all. But now back to the gaming stuff. Now that I'm done crying about my father, so there's a new Star Wars game announced. Kyle, is that exciting for you?
I love Star Wars games. 100%. Force Unleashed, Fallen Order, like those games are awesome games. They're so fun to play. Just walk in there, fuck shit up, customize your lightsabers, different crystals. I specifically like the corrupted crystal. I think is what it is. It looks like your lightsaber is not so formed. It's like kind of chaotic looking the way it is. And then like your costumes and everything. I love all that stuff. It's so fun. And the force powers. Come on. Who doesn't like to like pick stuff up with your mind, throw it around, force lightning, like all that stuff's sick. How about you? I know you've played.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, you didn't nail like the best Star Wars games ever made in your list of things to talk
Oh,
about. But I mean,
I was just thinking of those ones.
like Lego Star Wars. Like if you haven't played Lego
That
Star
is a
Wars,
huge game right now.
yeah,
Holy.
yeah, I haven't played it myself because I'm not really a huge Star Wars fanboy. I don't hate it,
Mm,
but I don't love it to the point where I need it.
yeah.
But I've heard it from fanboys that it's very good, and I've also heard that it's very long. So if you're into long, hard things, Star Wars has got a game for you. Yeah, I did that intentionally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're into that,
yeah.
oh boy.
Just jokes. But yeah, no, I think like honestly, the new game there's very little to be announced or talked about it. It's Skydance Media's, this award-winning game director and writer Amy Henning. She helmed some other Star Wars project, and she had a project that was like almost in production and then it got canceled, I want to say, or they were a little bit into production and it got canceled. She split off from the company she was with before, and she started the Skydance Studios, and they're partnering with Lucasfilm to make a new, richly cinematic action adventure game featuring original story in the legendary Star Wars galaxy. So there's
Legendary.
no details at all to talk about other than that it exists and that it'll be an action RPG or an action adventure game. It doesn't even say RPG, so it's action adventure game. So it's probably more like something like Jedi Fallen Order or Tomb Raider or something like that
Nice.
in those
Love
veins.
that game.
So I mean, that's exciting, and
That's good enough for me.
I think we're getting a KOTOR remaster, Knights of the Old Republic remaster. So for me, that's what I'm waiting for. But this game could be cool also. But I still stand firmly behind my opinion that Knights of the Old Republic for Xbox, the original Xbox, the one you could kill an entire family with and it wouldn't even crack it because it was so large. That thing,
That was a big box.
dude, that box is like
Damn.
that's a fucking PC case worth of a console. It's insane.
I wish I had it still. I
I
don't know what I don't like what happens to like all my stuff. Like I don't understand. Like it's not like I just threw it out. It's just gone.
well, Dobby, your house elf, he cleans up after it.
That motherfucker.
Probably selling it on eBay to buy all the
I
socks.
got two statues of that fucker.
Yeah, Dobby. But
Ghostmaster's giving me a sock.
somewhere in a box, bro, I have a fucking crystal edition of the original Xbox. It's like the see-through clear one.
What?
Couldn't tell you where it is, but that it exists and I have one somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. It's cool.
Probably in my dad's basement, but he left, so I can't go back and get it. But but it's real. I swear, I have it. It was a Fable edition. I bought it because of that because I love Fable
Oh,
games so much.
Fable. God damn, that
Um,
was such a good game.
don't get me started. Don't do this. We're not going to talk about Fable, all right? There's a new
We're
one
not on the
coming.
Fable topic yet, but there is a new one that's been
There's a new one coming.
yeah, there's a new
We,
one coming.
you don't
And
want to.
oh
You don't
my
want to.
god.
Yeah,
For another episode.
another episode when I'm ready to talk about it.
Yeah.
So
Get a little more info.
another Star Wars game, and that's cool because the world is
Yep.
not done with Star Wars quite yet.
No, not one bit.
Unless we're talking about complaining about every movie that gets made, and then the world continues to do this till the end of time. So, things to look forward to. Another
Man.
move, another game, and it's
More money in Lucas's pocket there.
yeah.
Did
I
you
think
know when
he sold
like
LucasArts and Lucasfilms to Disney, I believe.
he's smart though, so he takes a cut of anything to do with the franchise, whether that be toys, games, movies, anything, like, that's just, like, part of what it was that he sold it. So, like, he's, like, the richest director in, like, the world, I guess. I think he is the richest one at, like, a net worth of $6 billion.
He
And
made the Star Wars.
yeah, oh
Yes,
yeah,
he is rich.
he's loaded.
Yeah,
The thing that he did right was making sure that he gets a cut of, like, anything to do with that franchise. So
yeah,
even though he's not the owner of it anymore, he still gets a cut if it has anything to do with it.
yeah,
So that's a super good play on his part, like, that's crazy.
yeah.
To think this guy's one dream that everybody just shit on and thought it was super terrible, like, blew up to what it is now. It's mind-boggling, can't even it's crazy.
That's how a lot of that shit goes. Some hater in an office, like a boardroom, is like, "Your idea's stupid. No one's gonna like it. No one's gonna spend money on it." And then somebody fucking takes a chance, or they like gamble all their life savings and they make it, and it turns out to be like amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a plethora of those stories where it doesn't work out, but we don't fucking hear about those. So I'm still sticking by what I said that it happens all the time, and that all those stories work out. So fuck those guys because it works out almost all the time. That's what I'm saying.
Almost all the time.
Yeah. I have it on good
Fucking
authority due to a stat I Googled one time due to a website that was completely made up and had peer driven stats that it happens and succeeds all the time. You can find it on a Facebook ad somewhere, I'm sure.
somewhere,
Uh,
I'm sure it exists.
yeah, it exists. So, Kyle, more video game news.
Video
We got a
games.
new Star Wars game coming.
Yep.
This other iconic franchise from the 70s slash 80s era, a little series called The Evil Dead. They have a game coming out, Kyle. Have you ever watched the
Just
movie?
I feel like I have. Like, Evil Dead's pretty old
Wow.
kinda show at this time now.
He used the O word and he hard deeded it. That was that hurt me when you
It's of a
said it.
time,
I'm not even as old as this movie, but he said it in a way that actually hurt me because I've seen it. So
I grew up pretty sheltered from these types of movies, so it was very hard for me to have the opportunity to watch something of this sort, so
that's
I'm
fair.
leaning I don't think I actually seen it as
That
much as I should watch it for sure.
That's fair.
Just
I don't respect the fact that you haven't, because you really should have. It's an iconic, just Hallmark movie. It's a family movie. Yeah, I believe. I think that's
that much I
implied.
do know.
It's implied
Yeah.
in the title that it's definitely family friendly. You know, it's Evil Dead. Yeah, it's a family. I don't know what more to say about it, Kyle. I kind of lost where I was rambling to here. I was gonna
There's a
chastise
new
you,
Evil
but
Dead game coming out. That's where we're at.
okay, we're back there. Okay, yeah. So the game,
It's
the game comes out May 13th. Have
Man,
you?
May is gonna be a banger month. There's a lot coming out in this month.
Yeah. There's a little show called Stranger Things coming.
Oh shit. There's not enough time for so much stuff to be in 1 month. It's kind of a clusterfuck.
I
Somebody needs to think better on this scheduling.
a younger man might have said, no, there's not enough time. But in my old age and ripe skill set, I can binge watch with the best of them. And I can play through many games in single sittings. So I say, bring it on. Give me all of it all the time. Because
I
that's
wish
how
I
I
had
like
your
to roll.
strength. I have a bad case of the naps lately.
The
I'll be
naps.
like super in depth into something and just kind of like just nap off. You know what I mean? Just like sitting there, you're like banging your head across the desk. You're like, oh shit, yeah, we should probably turn this off and go for bed.
And you called this old. And you're the one sitting here fucking
Listen. Caffeine just doesn't do it anymore. I've grown immune. I need a new type of course, legal substance to kind of get my energy going.
yes, legal, of
I
course.
need something.
Yeah.
IVing straight caffeine into my veins just doesn't seem to be cutting it anymore.
And that's why we do crystal meth. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Just a little bit, not like a
Just
lot.
a little
Like
bit.
I think everything in moderation is what my mother told me. So I mean, if you sprinkle a
Yeah,
little bit on your Cheerios, is it really that bad?
probably not.
I mean, I'm not a
Would
doctor,
you even
but
notice?
I mean,
I
I
mean,
don't
if I'm
know.
up and at her, is it such a bad thing at that point?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Little.
saying.
Let's just hope that Elon Musk buys Coca-Cola and puts the cocaine back in Coca-Cola. Let's just fingers crossed that happens.
Dude, wouldn't it be fucking wild if he just like reverses everything? He just starts buying shit and I say fixing it in quotations, but like just reversing it. And he's just like, nah, we're going to go back. We're going to use Teflon again, even though it poisoned all those people. Fucking Teflon, because that shit worked.
We're
And then
doing it.
we're doing fucking Coca-Cola with real cocaine. Fuck you. We're doing it.
The
Yeah, it's
insulation in your
only
house
legal
going
in
back
like
to
one.
asbestos. It worked better then, and it's still good now.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I bought
You
this fucking solar roof company. Now we're doing installation, and we're only doing the shit that fucking kills everyone. That's how we're doing it,
Everybody
dude.
gets a 5G tower in your
Oh,
backyard and your bedroom
yes,
and the
yes,
bathroom. Everybody gets a 5G
yes.
tower.
You get 5G. You get 5G. It's like fucking Oprah, dude. Everyone just
Everybody
gets a
reach
tower.
underneath your chairs right now. Underneath there, you'll see a 5G tower.
Exactly. Yes, bring the cancer home with you, I think is what they say. I don't know. I don't know. What does 5G do? What does the internet tell us that it does?
Man, it does like probably everything. It summons God from the heavens and summons the devil from the ground. Like, who knows what it does at this point now? It does everything and anything now.
Yeah, it's going to fix the world. And that's what Elon Musk is really doing. That's the point we're trying to say. This whole podcast is really just a platform for us to sell Elon Musk to the masses because they got to know.
Yeah.
He's really the second coming of Christ. He's fixing the world slowly, one problem at a time, via billions of dollars. He's really doing it.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I couldn't have slept like a week ago knowing that like Twitter didn't have an edit button and that they were censoring people. You know what I mean? Like I was really torn up. But now Big Daddy Elon's going to fix it all for us.
Now
And
that he's
then
the owner of it.
yeah, and
Crazy.
he's for a meager $44 billion,
Yeah.
Daddy's going to fix the edit button for us.
Scrounged up in his Tesla ashtray. He's like, 44 billion. Here we go.
Yeah,
Here you guys go. Give me Twitter.
the Lord knows we need a Messiah, and He is it. Okay, He's gonna fix it, and I really think you're onto something, Kyle. I think He's bringing asbestos back because it's really about population control. He's smart. He's already thinking.
Oh.
He's like, yeah, we need to get to Mars, but just in case, let's start thinning the herd. You know, cocaine, Coca-Cola, asbestos, and insulation. Like he's got a
5G
game plan.
towers.
And the edit button, and no censorship. So he's gonna let the fucking woke tear each other apart online. It's so fucking
Oh
smart.
god.
He's playing
It's gonna be a
7D chess.
cesspool of madness on there now.
Yeah, it already was. I don't know if
It
you've been on
I've
Twitter, but it's
I don't
pretty
know much
wild.
about Twitter, like, at all. That's one platform I've actually never touched is Twitter. So I got no room to say anything about it aside from knowing that it's, like, a pretty free for all platform.
It's not quite that. Like, it's not quite the Wild West. It was, then it got a little woke, and then now it's probably going to go back the other way. Um, but it's really where the angry go to get angrier. That's if I had to summarize it, it is that. It is where you're like, yeah, I kind of fucking hate the world, and then you open it up and you start scrolling, and you're like, yeah, I really hate the fucking world.
Guess I'm going to bed angry. Fuck
Yeah,
sakes.
and
Fuck my
you're gonna,
life.
I'm gonna tweet at this fucking guy. Anyway, I don't know where we're going with this. Elon Musk had nothing to do with this show.
I forgot where we were at. Yeah, Evil Dead.
Evil Dead is a video game that comes out May 13th. Kyle has never watched the movies because
No,
he's a baby and
'cause
he
I'm
wasn't
sheltered.
allowed. For those adults of us who have seen it, it's an iconic, series. It's kind of like like a cult classic cult. I can't say
It's a
cult. Will you
cult
say it?
a cult classic.
Thank you. I need
Cult
supervision.
classic.
This is why you're here. Thank you. It's a cult classic. Uh I've watched it all. There's like a trilogy kind of, and it's very good. I'm really just stumbling to try to figure out how to recover after this. That I needed my dad to help me out here.
Need me to pronounce your words for you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, little guy, I'll read
I
that
need
for you.
fucking cue cards with like phonetic spelling so I can actually like understand what I'm trying to
How to
do.
sound it out and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
I find
exactly.
those more confusing. Anything that E's upside down, I'm like, how the fuck do I pronounce that?
I, I didn't know that there's a thing that's a thing.
So, like, if you Google a word, it, like, gives you,
Yeah.
like, a brief description in the dictionary of, like, how to describe it, and it gives you, like, a line over top of the O's to, like, prolong the way you say, like, "oh" or whatever, and then they have,
Okay.
like, an E flipped on its head. I'm like, "How the f what the fuck does that mean?"
I don't know what that means. I didn't know that was a thing.
Like, if you just dictionary any word, it gives you, like, a way of describing it, and, like, I've
Some
noticed that sometimes
hieroglyphs?
there's, like, an E flipped on its head. I'm just like, "I don't know what the fuck that means." If it
If
wasn't
you
silent before, it must be super silent now.
if you know what that
Bitch is
means,
God.
if you know what that means, let us know in the comments below because we were
Yeah.
both lost on that regard. But yes, Evil Dead, the video game. Getting back to this, it comes out May 13th. It's a game very much in the similar vein of like, Friday the 13th or like Dead by Daylight. One person plays as the villain, and four people play as iconic characters slash heroes that are trying to either defeat the villain or escape. So it's very similar to those types of games. It looks pretty cool. Um,
Oh my god, is Evil Dead with the devil girl locked in, like, the cellar?
yeah, in the
And they,
first one,
like, fuck sakes, I've seen that. I
she'll
just
swallow your
remembered it.
soul.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen it. I fucking seen this movie. I know it now. I've seen one of them anyway.
He googled some
The
lines.
the more recent,
Don't
remake.
buy into his pandering. He's
No,
clearly reading some shit on Google.
I am fucking cultured,
Remember, he was just talking
alright?
about the upside down E's. This is a dead giveaway. He googled some shit.
I
Don't buy
Googled
it.
I put it on, like, times 10 fast forward. I just watched it right now. I'm like, "Holy shit, yeah, no, that was a good movie."
You just literally like fucking jumped 30 minutes into the movie and you just paused. You're like, yeah, is that the one where there's a girl in a cellar? I think.
Reading the synopsis and just like,
Bruce
this one,
Campbell's
right?
character. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's his name, Bruce Campbell,
but yeah,
featuring Yep, Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. So he's the actor in the show. I can't even remember the guy's fucking name of his character in the show because I'm an old man. I could barely remember anything. But
Guy with the face, anyway.
nevertheless, there's a game based on the movies. In the premise of it being like Dead by Daylight, it looks kind of cool. The graphics actually look pretty good. I think it's kind of more of like one of those niche things where I don't think a lot of people are going to really care about this. But I mean, the people that play like Dead by Daylight and got like kind of bored, or people that played like Friday the 13th and want to try something new, I think this is a game for them. Kyle, how interested in you are trying this?
I'll definitely give this a go. Playing games like Dead by Daylight and stuff, they were definitely fun to play with friends and stuff, so if this is similar in that vein of like gameplay and stuff, then I'll definitely give it a go for sure. Ho- I don't. This won't be on Game Pass or anything. I don't imagine.
I don't imagine it
It
will
doesn't
launch on Game
say
Pass.
so.
Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
assume it,
I don't
won't.
know if I'd necessarily be something that I buy right away.
Y-
I'd definitely play it if it was on Game Pass. 100%, I would do it. Just to buy the game out right now, I probably might not because Dead by Daylight was like a really good game. It just wasn't something that like really clicked for me. It's just kind of like whatever the guys were playing, I just dive in with them and we'd play a couple games, and that was about it. Definitely, I got some good. It should be good. There's a lot of like reputable news sources here that are saying it's really great, so I trust their sources and it should be good.
yeah. I mean, it's a cool looking game. It's only a $40 game at the base edition, so
Oh,
it's
I'll
not.
play this game.
Yeah, it's not big it's not big money. But
Yeah.
the reason it's probably not going on Game Pass right away is because anything that's got an iconic license like this, like Friday the 13th, they have to pay so much to get the licensing for the IP that they need to
Yeah.
make money just in order to recoup the cost of development. So I'm sure it probably will end up on Game Pass or something similar like that in the future, but it'll be a little while, I think, until it comes out.
I love
But
on the banner here how it says also coming soon to Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, nobody cares about that because nobody plays games on there.
The
Okay,
second I see Nintendo Switch, I'm gonna bring it up every time.
it might as well say you can play this on your iPad. Nobody does this. Okay, I don't know,
It doesn't even get a logo.
bro.
Everybody else is like PS4, PS5, Xbox One, the Series X, Epic Games. It's
They have
also coming to
the
the Nintendo
fucking
Switch.
Epic Game Store icon. Okay, nobody even likes that shit, and it's on there. But Nintendo Switch, arguably one of the most popular consoles ever bought and sold,
Just gets
literally
a
doesn't have
measly little
a fucking
title.
logo. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, just so you know, it's coming to Switch eventually. When they can
Also on that thing if you want it.
yeah, when they can downgrade the graphics to look like you're playing on a fucking Nokia phone from the 90s, that's when you'll get it on the Switch. When it's so blurry that you're like, why are we even trying to play this game? That's when you'll get it.
8-bit fucking Evil Dead game.
Yeah, it'll be a top-down 8-bit. It'll look like Pokemon Red. It will not look like this. Yeah, that's enough ragging on Nintendo Switch. But yeah. So eventually it will come out for Switch. For those of you that are actually interested in this, there's some gameplay on their website. If you just literally evildeadthegame.com, there's a whole playthrough, even co-hosted by Bruce Campbell himself. So if you're into that kind of shit, it is actually a pretty funny watch. But that's all there is to really talk about. It is coming. Kyle might play it. I might play it. It might end up on Game Pass. It's only $40
The game
on
definitely
device.
looks very like yeah, like Dead by Daylight slash like Left for Dead look almost.
Yeah, it's got that cartoony esque. I know it has like
Yeah.
ray tracing and stuff. Like the lighting is really like pronounced. It's like a focal point of the show or like of
Oh,
the game. Sorry, so like flashlights and
very
shit play a part.
gory, and then the
Oh
lightning
yes,
flashes and stuff looks amazing. I mean, this game or this movie was really gory, so it's a good thing that they're doing this for the game as
yeah.
well.
I forgot that there was a TV show that came out not too long ago. I didn't love it, so forgive me for not mentioning it, but yeah, that also exists. So if you like Ash in the Army of Darkness, or what is it, Ash in the Army of Dead? No, what's the fucking show?
Army of the Dead and
No. You know what? I just read the title and I already forgot it because I literally don't care about the show. It's not very good.
Ching. I don't
It
know.
doesn't matter. Moving on. The next thing, Kyle.
On to the next.
The next thing. So there's
Goodbye.
this game. It got a release date announcement trailer today, which is a mouthful, but it's this way of saying they made a new trailer that showcases the release date for the game. I had not heard of this game up until today, until it crossed my, feed of things that I look at. And this game is called Thymesia. I probably am mispronouncing it, so if I am, bear with me.
Thymesia?
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 But this is, for those who are watching in video format, you can see it on screen right now. It looks very much
Messiah.
like the Messiah. I don't know.
I
Don't
might
get me
just get
started.
Google Sam to tell me what the fuck this says.
Thymesia. But the gameplay is something more akin to like Bloodborne or Dark Souls, where it's a lot of like, melee combat, timing focused. I think the game is supposed to be Souls-like, so the combat will probably be pretty punishing. From what I understand, the suite of abilities the character can obtain are pretty good and pretty vast, so you'll have a little bit of variation in your gameplay. It won't be like very rigid, so probably something more akin to Elden Ring. Not quite as in depth, but probably something similar to that, where you have a little bit more tricks in your bag of things to draw upon during combat. The gameplay looks pretty cool. The story is that you're a guy who contracts some kind of illness, and you have to essentially battle through this plague-ridden world and reclaim your humanity by vanquishing the other people's sickness, or however you want to call it, plague, infection,
Oh,
whatever.
weird. Yeah.
And you actually can like suck the sickness out of your enemies and use it to power up your own abilities. Yeah, don't get me started. He you can suck it right out of them,
You can
bro.
suck them
You
dry.
can suck them dry so your weapons get all big and thirsty and hard, and then you just smash them over the head with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets big and green because it's obviously infected. But so that's kind of like a part of the game, is that you can literally like draw the essence of illness out of these players and use it to enhance your own abilities. And that's where like you see his weapons glowing green or his claws. That's what happens. That's why he's like charged up. But yeah, the combat looks pretty cool. It's got a very like Dante Inferno type art style.
Yes,
Very
that's what it
like,
was. I was trying to think of what the game was. That nails it right on the head for me.
yeah, it's kind of got that. It comes out in August 9th.
A little
What
bit away.
I'm assuming you're probably in the same boat as me, Kyle. You did not know this game existed up until
I
today.
no, today is the first time I heard about it.
What do you think of it,
And
judging
yeah,
by
I
what you
played
saw?
Dante's Inferno, and that was a really fun game. And just like this style of game in general, where you just kind of like go in, slash and bash, and upgraded weapons and stuff, and get new abilities. Thing that's really cool and fun to play.
Yeah,
Pretty like not quite like a brain dead kind of game, but just like something entertaining and fun to do for first rap and whatnot.
yeah,
And like visually, like this all looks really cool. I like the weapons, like the scythe is probably my favorite. And then that first like boss you see, that like bat looking thing, that thing's sick.
yeah,
Second I seen that in the trailer, I was like, okay, yeah, this game's awesome. Looks so good.
yeah. It does have like a very like over the top fantasy vibe to it. Like he's like walking through like what appears to be like a flood of blood type of things. It's very like intense horror
Yeah,
elements
yeah.
to the world. It's very cool art style, and I think the way it's been described is pretty interesting. I don't know how much the story will really matter. A lot of people that play these games really focus on the combat and what have you. So I think if you're into games like Bloodborne and stuff like that, this will probably be right up your alley. You think you're going to give it a go? You think you're going to keep an eye on it?
This definitely I'm definitely keeping an eye on. Um Everything about it is stuff I've played previously. Like it's like game type, I guess. Like you said, Dante's Inferno. So this style of game is something I've enjoyed previously, so I can't see why I wouldn't enjoy it again. So yeah, I'll definitely keep my eye on it. What about you? You gonna be playing this or what?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
Knowing you, you're gonna be playing.
I mean, I'm not honestly. I'm not giant into Souls games, or like
Yeah,
roguelikes or whatever they want to call them. But this game looks kind of cool, and it looks like it'll be more in like that Dante's Inferno like vein of games, where it'll
yeah.
certainly kind of be like on the horror side of it. The melee combat might be tricky, but not like punishing. But who knows? I'll have to see closer to launch what people are saying about it. Maybe I definitely don't really buy any games at launch unless it's like some stupid stuff that I know I'm going to buy, like Horizon Zero Dawn 2 or something. You know what I mean? Like games like that
Yeah.
where I just know full right that I buy them. Games like this, I usually wait for a review source that I trust, and then make a educated opinion on whether I think I should spend money on it or not. But so I mean, it's possible.
And if we want to get a taste of this game, there is a demo available right now.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, you can download a demo and play it. It's for a limited time, so if you want it, I suggest you jump on it, give it a go.
Yeah, it's available on Steam right now. I think until May 9th.
Yeah, Steam for the Windows here.
Yeah. So it's
I don't know anything
definitely,
about
if we
Apple.
if we said anything that sounded cool, consider giving it a shot on the old trial right now.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Alrighty,
demo's available, so give it a go.
give it a go. It looks very cool.
Yeah.
So next game on the news block, Kyle, is this game called Outpost. It's a working title. I have never heard. I heard nothing about this game. Never ever
Neither
heard
has the
shit about
internet
it.
or anything. Like,
Yeah,
you Google this and, like, a movie pops up, and you
yeah,
gotta scroll, like, to page 4 of the next section to even find this thing.
yeah. I
Or you
found.
gotta type out, like, the developer to find it. It's so weird.
Yeah, I found I seen the trailer on some gaming website somewhere. I was like, man, this looks so fucking cool. Why aren't people talking about this? And then I was like, I went home and I was like, I just Googled Outpost video game. And even then, finding the trailer was like stupidly hard. It was not like something that was like the first thing that came up in Google. I had to like go into YouTube and search for it. I had to click on two websites. It was very difficult. I couldn't find it on Google, so I had to go into YouTube and search Outpost video game. I I broke into a sweat, needless to say, just to find the fucking YouTube video that I watched while at work. But the game is essentially outpost survival game, meaning that you create, the Earth's last refuge is this outpost. You collect resources, you build your base however you want. And when you're in this building base mode, it's like seemingly top down, something more akin to like a real-time strategy game.
Yeah.
But then the game allows you to go into first person and straight up fight. So like when you're going and foraging for, salvage or what have you, you're actually fighting in first person and doing it all in first person. And then constructing your base mode is like all third person top down. But those of you who can't see the video, I highly recommend you check it out. The video is definitely worth seeing. It's pretty crazy. The trailer opens
Yeah.
with like a guy shooting at a bunch of zombies, and then he's throwing up like giant artillery shells to his buddy because the game is co-op. I don't think they specify how many player co-op. It's just that it is a co-op PvE game. But the game looks ridiculous. It's made by some Chinese studio. I believe this is maybe their second game. Like I said, the Outpost is a working title. There's a very little information on this game.
Yeah.
I mean, as we just talked about, it's hard to even find the trailer that looks phenomenal. So I don't know why more people aren't talking about this. Probably because it's maybe one of those too good to be true type scenarios. But I mean, the game looks pretty far along in playability, judging by the clips they show in the trailer. It doesn't look like it's like performing terribly or anything.
No.
So yeah, I mean, essentially the premise is that you're the last refuge on Earth. You try to upgrade it by seeking out resources and what have you, and fighting off waves and waves of zombies, which looks pretty cool. But then at the very end
Yeah.
of the trailer, they show these like sentinel swarm things
I
coming
love
at you
this
from the
scene in
sky.
this trailer.
Yeah, and it looks like a lot of the comments, and like Kyle said himself, it looks like almost the last fight in like a Matrix movie where all the Sentinels are like
Yeah.
coming down out of the sky and they're just like shooting them out of the air. It very much looks reminiscent of that.
Yeah,
So
when
I
all the
mean,
Sentinels get into Zion and they're, like, flying around and, like, trying to kill all the mech dudes, that's exactly what this looks like. It's like they just kinda, like, took it out of that movie and put it in the game.
yeah, dude,
So, yeah, that was second I seen that, I was like, "Oh, yeah, no, that's The Matrix." I knew right away what that was.
yeah.
Yeah.
The game, I mean, like
It
some of
looks really good.
the zombies and stuff don't look like anything too crazy, but I mean,
No, they're very, stiff.
yeah, I think that's
No
probably
character to it.
they probably went for more of like the traditional side of zombies where they're like slow and shambly. So I imagine it
Yeah.
like scales up per waves, and like that might be like an intro wave because later on it shows there's like giant insects, and then it eventually goes all the way to those swarms that like just come out of the fucking sky. Like there's a giant like stone golem right there, so they clearly like kind of scale up as time goes on.
Yeah. It's very,
But
like, interactive tower defense is the way I've seen it, because it's
yeah,
cool. Because you, like, build your base, you're destroying all these waves of enemies, but you also get to switch into first person and dive in there and fight for yourself as well too, so that's really cool.
yeah, man.
It's a
It's
huge,
honestly a
huge
very
improvement.
surprising trailer. Like when I watched it, I really was like, "Why is nobody fucking talking about this game?" Because it actually
Nobody.
is ridiculous. Like, so fingers crossed we hear more about it in the future. I recommend everyone go watch the trailer. If you want to search for the trailer, just search like Outpost and then in brackets working title on YouTube. That'll probably be your best bet. But the trailer is actually really impressive. I'll leave a link to it in the description below, just in case you couldn't source it out yourself.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend checking it out. It's very, very cool looking, and hopefully we hear some more stuff about it soon.
These developers made a game previously called Project Morpheus that got very positive reviews. So it seems like they should know what they're doing about making this type of game because the game they made before looks awfully similar to it in a way. So
Yeah.
chances are this should run really well, judging by these reviews from previous games that they've already made before.
Yeah, man. I mean, so they have a proven track record, so that's good.
Yeah,
They're
they've
not
only
one of
got the
those.
one game though,
I mean,
and it did good. So let's hope it's not just like lucky. It worked and it did really good. So hopefully Outpost works out for them too.
I mean, you say like building a game is like nothing. They're like they only have one game and it has good reviews. Like,
It's
just
okay.
they did it
Whatever.
once. I think this is kind of like a no-brainer type of game where like why is nobody else doing this? You know what I mean? Why has nobody built like a first-person slash third-person wave defense game that's cooperative and just has
Yeah.
like a plethora of things you can fight? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's like when I say like why nobody's made a full zombies game, like a Call of Duty zombies game. Why has no one like flushed out an entire game with like a story or more Left 4 Dead knockoffs? Like why aren't there more of those things? That genre clearly is undeveloped and hasn't been like really redefined in years. And with modern technology, there's really no reason why we couldn't have like a fantastic version of a game. So yeah, I don't know why, but maybe this game is the game to do it. It certainly looks like it could be. It's very impressive looking.
Maybe this is what makes it good too, because it is like kind of like a one of a kind game right now. So hopefully that really takes it off and we get more things like it since they would see like a really positive feedback from the community in this type of a game. So hopefully get more along these lines and these more like really undervalued games that are super good just doesn't really get the hype as much as another game would.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. Honestly, there are some real hidden gems sometimes that just don't get the
Oh yeah.
traction they need. And this game, like this company, being somewhat smaller and being based in Asia, that might definitely be harder for them to like break into the news feed of North America. So hopefully, we'll see some more stuff later on, and it'll
Oh,
draw some more eyes in.
the main like tags for this type of game is action, strategy, tower defense, RTS shooter. So we are seeing it correctly. So
Yeah,
it should be what it is. So that's awesome.
yeah, man,
I
that's fun.
love tower defense games. They're so fun to play.
Yeah, dude,
Just
it looks
easily.
sick. Looks
Oh
sick.
yeah.
Oh, I can't
Looks
wait to see.
chaotic. There's always something going on in these trailers. I
Yeah,
like the like cooperative style where the dude like catches that shell and he like throws it up to his buddy. He catches it, loads it into the gun and shoots it. Like that part's really awesome.
yeah,
So like the whole cooperative thing is gonna be amazing.
yeah. I mean,
And then yeah.
it's kind of one of those games where it feels too good to be true, and then the fact that it's co-op is actually ridiculous because there's just not enough great co-op games out
No, not at all.
there. There's a game that I kind of thought that was going to be good, and then it kind of sucked. It's like a dinosaur game where it's like co-op PVE game. You drop in drop pods, kind of like Halo ODST style, and I think it's
Oh,
like Last
sick.
Extinction. I think Final Extinction, Last Extinction. I can't remember. It's one of the two. But
Oh,
it's on Game Pass. This game looks like what that game should have been. So
okay.
if any of you guys have a reference point, just think of that game. Except it doesn't look like it sucks. That's what it looks like.
I can't find the game
Sorry
you're
to throw
mentioning.
low key shade as I just say it sucks, but there's a lot of things that underperform these days. Come on, this is 2022. Video games are pretty fucking good. So if you don't deliver something that's competitive, people aren't going to be kind to you. So
No, not one bit.
yeah, and I'm on the internet, therefore it gives me you know full freedom to just shit on whatever I want because that's how the internet
Yeah,
works, right?
that's how this works.
Yeah,
My
including this
opinion
podcast. You
is,
guys can shit on
yeah.
this podcast. That's a thing. The internet allows you to do this. Don't forget your power. Make sure you abuse it. Go to Twitter, Elon Musk. You know what I mean? All the future. I don't know where I'm going with this, but just remember that you have the power to mold the world in the way that you want it through woke culture. If somebody does something you don't like, just start fucking hating them for it, and it'll eventually come back around in your favor. Because other crybaby fuckboys are gonna find you. You're gonna build a little fuckboy army online, and then before you know it, you're gonna overpower the world. I think that's how that works. I don't know.
Fuckboy forces combine and get out there and
Dude,
wreak
it's like a
havoc.
it's like, some Mighty Morphin Power Ranger that just form together and form one mega fuckboy.
One mega fuck force.
The mega fuck force. Welcome to woke. Anyway, that's my second woke tangent of the fucking podcast.
The
Should
fuckboy
probably
force.
should probably stay on
Maybe I should change
script.
the Discord community to the
The fuck.
fuckboy force.
I think, dude, that's
The
like
fuck force.
that's like the greatest community name ever. Just the fuckboy force.
Fuckboy force, yeah.
Or fuck
We'll have
force.
different
We
levels.
want to be inclusive, so the fuck force. You don't have to be a boy or a gal. You can just be
Nope.
part of the fuck force.
The fuck
Yeah.
force. That's what it is now. It's
Yeah.
set in stone. We're gonna I'll make some changes.
Yeah. Welcome to the fuck force. So the next thing on our list of shit to talk about, Kyle, is fucking a little game that some of you might know. I think it's like, Apex Legends or something.
Something
It's
like
been
that.
around for like a minute or
Apex.
two. I think they're on like season 27, but realistically it's actually
Definitely
season
pretty close to that,
13.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Um,
that's one.
yeah, I think it's a 1 and a 3. I haven't been so good at reading or talking this show, but I think we can trust this one. I think it's a 13.
I think it might be 13. We got
I think so.
Apex Legions, Saviors.
That's the name of the season? Like you said Legends.
Oh no, I'm just botching the name.
Oh,
Apex Legends. The season's called Saviors though.
okay. You know what, man? Just you do you. Tell the people about
I'll
season
tell
13.
you as much as I know about this season 13 coming out. So we got Apex Legends season 13 called Saviors. This is coming out May 10th. We are getting a new legend called Newcastle. He seems to be a defense type character. I'm not too sure on his kit. It appears to be very like shield based. He has something similar to Lifeline's pre-patched shield revive ability, where the shield would pop up when you're reviving. He appears to have something like that.
Okay.
He has like an energy shield that's like movable in a way. You can like rotate it in a way. So he's
Okay.
very defense typed. This character happens to be Bangalore's brother, according to the lore. That's pretty neat.
Okay.
We're getting a change to Stormpoint. We're getting a monstrous dead body. If you guys watch the trailer, part of the trailer is they are fighting this giant monster that comes out of the sea. They kill it, and then it becomes a part of the map. You can actually go like inside of this beast into the belly, and there's some loot and stuff in there. I'm assuming it's going to be a high tier loot kind of scenario, kind of there. Um, the other thing too is they're revamping the ranked. So ranked system is going to be rewarding teamwork and skills as well now. So that'll be pretty cool. So it's not kind of like I find the game is very like team orientated. So for it to reward people for like teamwork and skills and stuff like that, that's really cool. Not just like kind of like a solo kind of play. So there's some cool stuff coming.
Team play. This is a fucking
Team play.
online first person shooter, Kyle. What is team and play doing in the fucking description of how you think it should be, okay? This is all about popping
I don't
off,
know where I get off.
wing dinging people from across the map, shield busting, fucking what's the guy, who's the big dude? Who got
Gibraltar.
you fucking Gibraltar airstrike some motherfuckers. You pop your
What
dome
did people
up.
call him? Gibraltar?
Gibby?
People
I'll
no,
call
like
him
people
Gibby.
didn't know how to say his name. They were calling him like Gibraltar or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck? That's not even
Like,
close to
you
what his
play
name is.
Gibraltar? I don't know about that.
Gibraltar? You guys play Gibraltar? I'm a Gibraltar main. I'm like, what the fuck?
I
You're a what
also
main?
am not a Gibraltar main. I'm actually a smoke bitch main, and you know who that is if you fucking play this game. But for real though, Kyle, this is a fucking first person shooter online battle royale extravaganza. It ain't no shit about team play. It's about
This
being the
isn't where you come to
sweatiest.
make friends.
This is about being the sweatiest motherfucker with the best loot, getting that gold shield and shit, sliding on some motherfuckers, G'ing some dudes up. Don't res your teammates because they fucking dead weight. Solo
Don't res them,
showing
wait
it.
for them to die, and then you loot their body. And
Oh,
then
dude, you talk
or you pull the
hella
real dick
shit.
move where You win the fight, both your teammates are down, but you loot first before you go and pick up your guys. That's the real dick move.
I would never
That
do
guy
that.
that guy's a complete
I
asshole.
would never do that.
I would never do that.
I
Nope,
don't do
not me.
that. I don't do that.
Oh, yeah, give me 1 second. I just need something
Here's
real
Kyle
quick.
telling me how to play battle royale games. Got to be team oriented. Got to not loot people while my teammates are
Now you
down.
have to have teamwork and skill in order to get these types of rewards, judging by the way this briefly describes its ranking system now.
If I spend
So if you ain't a
all
team player, you can go fuck yourself and you're not getting any extra bonus points.
if I spend all my time picking up my trash can teammates, how will I get sick clips for Instagram? Okay? I
Get
have
sick
4
pick'em.
followers on Instagram. They need me. They need my wingman headshots, okay?
Yep.
I fucking deliver wing dings. That's what I
Winger
do.
dingers.
Yeah,
I just
I
send
might
dingers all day.
finish in 40th place because I didn't want to pick up my comrades because I'm a solo show. But I got Instagram clips, okay?
The solo
Hashtag
squad player.
wing dingers. You know what I'm talking about. Fuck Force Unite.
Fuck
All
Force,
right.
unite with
All
the
right.
wing dings.
Wing dingers. Okay. So that's not true. I went on a tangent. So they really did reconfigure the rank system to be more co-op
It's
oriented.
very brief. It literally just says rank reloaded, rise and fall through the ranks together in the reworked rank system that rewards teamwork and skill.
Hmm.
What that means, I'm not 100% sure, but it seems that the more you work together and maybe like it plays more on like the assists and stuff. 'Cause, like,
This
there's a lot of, like, stuff like that in that game, you get, like, assist kills and shit, so maybe you get more points or something like that if you're actually working as a team.
this
It's kinda
sounds
confusing.
this sounds like some PR spin that they like gave assist points more of a
Partition
presence.
participation medal.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you know, you suck and you can't kill anyone, but you can hurt a lot of dudes, kind of, if they're in a fucking small room and you have a shotgun and you can hit everything by shooting your gun. They're like, hey, do we have some fucking assist points for you? No, but for real
Here's
though,
half a reward. Here you go.
I really hope this is the case. I've talked about it for a number of years. To anyone who would listen to me, literally stop people on the side of the street and be like, "Do you understand how ranked in video games should work?" And they look at me like I'm crazy, and they're 97 years old, and I understand they don't know what a wingdinger is. But I'm trying to explain to the people, to the masses, of like what ranks really should be, and it should be about team play. It should be about promoting the attributes that actually makes a team succeed in a game and win a game. You know, it's cool if you can pop off and wing ding some dudes and get some insta clips, but it doesn't win you the game if you don't play right. And I've talked about it for a number of years, mostly about Call of Duty, you know, the world's greatest FPS shooter. God bless. One day will it be great again? Maybe. But
May God grant it.
in in my experience with Call of Duty, it or any ranked shooter for that matter, it typically only rewards the players that do the most amount of damage or get the most kills. And not saying that those things aren't important, but it certainly doesn't reward the players that do the dirty work. You don't have most objective time, most assists, you know, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So it really does make me optimistic that people are at least considering those things to be more valuable. I just don't understand if this is like actual meaningful change, or is it more just like PR spin to be like, yeah, bad kids, you're gonna get rewards too? Because that's really not what like rank should be. Rank should be, it should be tough. It should be tough to get
Yeah.
the points you need to rank up. It just is the way it is. Everyone wants to be great, but the fact of the matter is only a few, you know, of the people you play with are actually going to put in the time and effort to do what it takes to become like a really good player. And then
Yeah.
the fucking people in that really few player list, only a fucking small portion of those fuckers are going to play till their eyes bleed, until their fucking thumbs are sore.
And
And
only
then those
500 of them fit into the top category.
and only 500 of them fit in the top category. And then of those 500,
Fucking crazy.
about only 27 of those people are pro. So like the margin for fucking, you know, performance is it drops off substantially after you hit the top 500. So
That's where you start weeding out the different breeds.
my point is there's a lot of players in the higher end who can slay the fuck out and carry by themselves. And that is truly crazy when a player is that talented. But I do think there's room for improvement to allow the lower tier players to get increased rewards by playing the game properly. And I would hope a game would ever actually implement a system that would do that. So hopefully that's what this is. It's sad that it's a little too vague to really make a judgment call on whether it's,
Yeah.
worthwhile or not. But it's nice that that's the thing that's being considered. Like I said, my only worry is that it's PR spin for bad kids get more points, which I hope is not the case. I'm not saying you guys are bad. I'm just saying, like, just in general, there's a lot of players that play wrong and they get rewarded because they might get like an extra kill or two, but they don't win the game or succeed as a team. So
Yeah.
this is a long tangent of me saying, yeah, we'll see. Is
Fair.
there anything else that's cool about season 13,
I
Kyle?
hope they fucking get rid of Olympus. That map is ass. I hate it.
I
And
don't.
give me more storm points since it's been revamped and it's different with this whole monstrous body that's on the beach now. More storm point, drop Olympus altogether. Give me King's Canyon more than freaking Olympus. Olympus is garbage. I hate that map.
I don't know what
Um
the fuck you said, little kid, but you special. I don't know what Olympus is.
Olympus is the map that came out with Horizon in season like I want to say like 9 or 10, something like that.
Okay.
Olympus came out, it's this like floating city in the air, flying
Oh,
city,
okay.
whatever you want to
Okay.
call it.
I
It's
know what it
fucking
is, but not by
trash. I
name.
hate it.
I think it's pretty shit too, so I agree.
Yeah, I hate that map. And this season you got that map like a lot, I've noticed. And I like how Apex did this thing where there's like a timer on the map. So you got like 2 hours of this map, and then after that it gives you a different map for another set amount of time. So that was really cool. But I wish they would just drop Olympus altogether because I don't think anybody actually likes that map. I'd rather play King's Canyon. Give me that map. What's the other one? Thermal Station? Something like that. That one's really good too. I like that one. And then Storm Point, I really liked this map. It was really different and cool, and there's like a lot of stuff to it. So that was really nice. Give me those, drop Olympus altogether, delete that map. It's trash. But yeah, season 13. Another season. As if we didn't know we were gonna get another one.
Yeah, I mean the game's dying slowly. If anyone hasn't, been aware of it, just kidding. It's still immensely popular, so that it's not surprising at all
Oh
to
yeah,
get
it's
another
something you can
season.
always go back to.
Yeah, I mean, I've even thought about playing it more myself. I really do like the arena mode, and I think they have
Oh,
ranked
arena's
arena mode.
so
So
good. Yeah, they do have ranked arena mode. I think that came out this season actually.
yeah, so that
Or
would
is it
be
last season?
something.
Maybe
I
last
I
season.
think it was last season. That would be something worth returning for, in my opinion. Anyway.
Yeah. Arena is like super fun. Usually I play arena to like warm up your gunplay and stuff like that before you jump into the battle royale. So if you haven't played arena, definitely try out arena. It's really good. That is a fun play type.
Yeah, man.
Glad they put it in there. Maybe if they'd bring back solos again too, that was really fun. They did it for like a little event. This was like very early on in Apex. They came out with like before like it was only like squads with Apex. And then they came out with solos and duos, and solos was really fun. That'd be cool to see solos come back for like maybe even just an event. It'd be fun to do again.
That's fair. You never know.
But
They
yeah,
probably will. The game
who
is
knows?
immensely popular, so I'm sure they will continue to add and like I
Yeah,
don't know, change it up. They like to change it up. They're not quite Fortnite, but they're trying to be, and I respect that because Fortnite is the best battle royale that I will never really play that much. Because
the
it's
no
for
build was
for
fun though.
kids. Dude, no build's still fun. It still exists.
That
It's
was
it's
good.
still fun. It kind of makes the whole game like tolerable again. I still do
Yeah,
play it on and off. It actually is worth revisiting for no build. So I will agree with you on that. Especially since fucking Warzone is such a dumpster fire right now. There's really no point of playing it. I was gonna. There was like a section in here where I was gonna talk about some new Warzone stuff. Like you can play as Snoop Dogg, and there's that new Monarch event that's
yeah,
coming.
yeah.
But honestly, I don't play it enough, and I don't think any of that stuff's that cool to really bring up, other than to trash on it right now.
Just
So
new skins for still a trash game right now. That
uh,
it's the only game I've ever like raged and uninstalled like 3 times now, and have yet to reinstall it. It's that bad. I
yeah,
hate it.
that game has just a special mix of frustrations that just I don't know. It is literally the pinnacle of either being the best time of your life or you actually want to just drown yourself in a fucking urinal. Like, it's the worst, dude. I don't know why it gets so bad at times. I think a lot of it has to do with SBMM, but I mean, I'm not going to be the guy who like strictly fucking blames that. I honestly think Vanguard is just wowzers in terms of it being just not fun to play. The skill gap in Vanguard is so bad, it's laughable. You literally think about killing a guy and he dies. Like, you just have to have hurtful intent and people die. You barely have to shoot them. The guns are actually just like just atrocious. They're like World War II guns, but for some reason they are fucking laser beams like we're fighting in Star Wars. Like, why
Yeah.
don't get me started. It's not very good. Okay, Warzone is trash. Fortnite's okay. Apex is trying their best. And that's really all I have to say on it. Season 13, you get a new fucking champion. He is a knockoff medic. By the sounds of it, they just recycled that lady's res shield. Could
Got
be
another
cool
defense
though.
player, so that's pretty cool. I
Dude,
don't
what
think there's
is
too many defense players
what? Didn't they just
because
add that
we got
fucking turd?
Gibraltar.
Didn't they just add the turd with the fucking turret?
Oh, no, that's Rampart. She's pretty
She's
far back now.
defense. Yeah,
She
but
is
she's
defense. Yeah, you're
defense.
right. She's defense. There's
Yeah.
Rampart.
Yeah.
There's Gibraltar. There's Gas Daddy. Caustic.
Caustic.
And then I think that's it for defense players.
I mean, you
And
could
then
argue
there'd
that
be this guy,
Bangalore is kind
Newcastle.
of defensive.
Isn't she
The medic chick's
assault?
kind of defensive. Yeah, I mean, I guess her class type wouldn't be legitly defense.
It's
But
hard to say
like,
without like actually looking at it and you can see like the icon.
I guess it will depend on how like usable this dude's shield is. But
Yeah.
it kind of just sounds like they gave him a more souped up version of Gibraltar's gun shield, and then
Yeah,
they
yeah.
took the fucking medic ability, the res shield, from fucking Lifeline, and they gave it to him. So they like took it from her, gave it to him, and then gave him a more intense Gibraltar gun shield. That's what it sounds like. I have not played it. I have not seen the actual like videos showcasing his powers. I don't know if it's even out yet. So it's still up in the air on whether like how that guy actually shakes out. But that's what it sounds like to me. They just recycled a couple things and tweaked them slightly. So I mean, it could be
Yeah.
cool, but to me, like that's not a popular, exciting new champion. Like when I think of new champions, I'm like, yeah, I don't want another shield guy. The res shield's
No.
very useful. I'm not trying to downplay that, but I mean, like the heal bot on Lifeline is so good now, where you can just like throw it down and leave. So I
Yeah.
mean, like, I the res shield isn't necessary because you don't actually have to put yourself in harm's way to res anymore. You can just throw down your bot, peace out, and then just watch over it. So I mean, him having a res shield is like kind of all right, but is it really that necessary if you have a life? I don't know.
I
I don't
see
know.
why they took away Lifeline shield from like her automatic pickup because she was like, go up, pick up a guy. The bot does it and put a shield up at the same time, so you could like play that shield and like fight people behind it. Like it was so
Yeah.
overpowered.
Yeah, it's I understand why they took it away. I'm just saying I don't know if this guy has enough unique ability that he's really going to be like a sought after champion.
Yeah. And I
It's
got like
it's like a poor
can't
man's Lifeline. It's like the
pretty much.
Walmart version of Lifeline, you know?
It's like Lifeline and Gibraltar kind of
It's like
shit mashed together.
when you go to like a fucking dollar store and they have like clearly a knockoff toy and it's like Wonder Man and it's like Superman but he's got like a yellow cape and a W on his chest. He's like that but for Lifeline. He's like the fucking Chinese knockoff. We got kind of because he even kind of has like a shitty. I don't care. I'm digressing. We'll have to
Fuck
see.
this guy.
We'll have to
Fuck him and
see.
his shield.
I'm just saying. I don't know if we need another defensive champion. I don't know if that's a selling point for me at
I
this
don't
point.
know like what kind of champion we actually even need at this point. There's so many. I haven't even unlocked Maggie yet.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. So that tells you that I am way behind the curve of things
Yeah,
to
she was
be
last season's attacker.
exciting. Oh,
She was an
okay,
assault class. It's pretty good class. Her ultimate's pretty cool.
okay.
Um, I didn't really play much of season 12. I like kind of dropped. That's how I usually work. I'm like an odd player for Apex. I like play a season, skip a season. So maybe 13 will be the season I like push ranks, try and get a dive trail or something like that. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we'll see.
Fair enough. I will avoid further discussion of Apex because it will only lead to more tangents, and that's not what this
Trash.
podcast is all about. Fuck Force
We're all
Unite.
about fuck
So we're
force. On to the next fuck
on to
force
the
unite.
fucking next thing. Get ready.
Is this our new thing? Fuck,
This is
fuck
you got to do it with
force.
like some figure though, where you're just like, oh, like you almost maybe dislocate a finger. Like, yeah, yeah. Like we're pro wrestlers and we're trying to make like our fucking special move power up moment. You know what I mean? Where they're
Yeah.
like, "Where this is ours." Where we're just like, "Yeah, fuck. Are you ready for the fuck force, buddy?"
Oh, something might have just been born tonight.
Batten down the hatches. All right. So the last thing on our list of stuff to talk about, Kyle, is something more in the vein of your speciality. And because of that, I'll let you take the
my
lead.
my Medicore dabbling of this
I don't know what you just said, but I'll let.
mediocre.
Oh, Medicore. Oh,
Mediocre.
dude, I am off. Just I can't follow anything. I can barely speak. I can't understand what you're saying.
Don't worry.
I
It's a
can't
cult
stay
classic.
focused. I'm just all over the place. But you take the lead. Tell the people what is exciting.
What else has been announced this week for us is the new World of Warcraft expansion called DragonFlight, due to be released later 2022 or first quarter of 2023. We'll see what happens. So yeah, new expansion. Our levels are being increased to level 70. We have a new playable class. This class looks amazing. They're called the Drakthir Evokers. Drakthir being the character. So you have so if you're familiar with the Worgans, you have a human form and then you can transform into your wolf form, your Worgen form. So this class is similar in that way where you have a humanoid Drakthir form and then you can transform into the Drakthir, which is this dragon looking form, and it looks amazing. The class looks awesome. And this is the first time they've done this where, and it's a little disappointing at the same time, it's a race and class combo. So you can't like take Drakthir and make it like a mage. You can't have Drakthir warlock, Drakthir rogue. That's or warrior. Like that's not what it is. It's Drakthir and it's an evoker class. So you have two things you can do. You got DPS, you got healing. The DPS seems to be a mid-range type of spellcasting ability, and then healing is the healing version. They seem to base themselves around type of like a colored kind of magic. I'm not too sure if that really matters or not. They are similar to like the Pandaria and whatnot, so you get to choose your allegiance whether you want to be Alliance or Horde. So that's really cool. They're gonna start out at level 58. You get your own starting zone where you can level up from. Uh, the class just looks amazing. This class will be able to be kind of like its own flying mount, so you don't actually have to because this class has wings and everything. It looks amazing. They'll be able to fly on their own, so that's really nice. Uh, what else is there? Like so much to this. This class also has like a speaking of like charging up and stuff, this class has the ability to charge up an attack, and the longer you hold it, the more damage it does, or the less you hold it, the more you would do at a time, just be less effective. So that's really cool that they brought that in. There's like one ability called Dream Breath where you charge it up. So that's really cool. There's also a new feature with the whole flying mounts. So there's new like animations and things you could do. One of the cool ones was you go to like the edge of a cliff, you jump off, gravity takes over, so you kind of go in like a dive bomb, and then your wings open up, and you kind of like glide off into the distance with like some crazy speed, and you can do barrel rolls and stuff. So there's new animations and like skills for flying, so that's really cool. What else was there with this? That's the talented riding customizations. We're getting of course, a new area for leveling the Dragon Isles. So we got 5 new areas to quest in, so that's pretty cool. We got that. Yeah. What else is there?
So it's essentially How to Train a Dragon meets World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it's like the flying just looks amazing. Like just the dive bomb and glide part. There appears to be like another version of like you can fight on your flying mounts now, which is really cool. So
Okay.
I'm hoping that's actually a thing. That'll be brutal for world PvP. Just dive bombing on a guy and just fucking him up, and oh man, that'd be crazy. Trying to think of what else there was. Oh, they're bringing back like so back in the day, talent trees were a thing. So you can build kind of like a hybrid class using these talent trees. They're bringing that back in a way. So we're gonna have these talent trees for specking and whatnot. So that'll be really cool to do. And then there's something along the lines of like a pre. You can like so you can like build your spec tree and then you can save it and you can build multiples and switch between them on the go. So I'm wondering how that's gonna play. So like you'll have like a spec for PvP, of course, PvE, like dungeons and raids, maybe different bosses will have a different like kind of like a loadout, I guess, in a way. So a different spec tree for that. Um, so they bring back talent trees, so that's really cool to see that. That's nostalgic instead of having what we have now, which is like it's like a 6 or 8 tiered selection. So yeah, new talent systems, professions and crafting is getting a huge upgrade too, and there's a new HUD interface as well too. They're revamping the WoW's HUD UI from the ground up. So it's the new edit mode features allows players to move, tweak, and personalize the UI elements like never before, while still retaining a familiar look and feel. So things are going to be much more customizable. It really gives the game like a really like fresh look again. So that's really cool. And you're like in complete control of how it looks. Curious to see how that works. Yeah. I'm super excited for this expansion.
So you're
I
still
don't
into.
think you have you ever played WoW?
I don't play video games that play themselves. I'm a real gamer. I don't.
Here
All
we
right,
go.
here we go. All right, you ready?
Here we go.
Buckle
I'll let
buckle
him
up.
fucking
Okay,
go.
I don't play Nintendo Switch because there ain't nothing good on Nintendo Switch. I don't. I'm just kidding. Breath of the Wild. I'm trying not to throw that much shade. Anyway, mobile games are trash, and this is, in my opinion, like if mobile games like you could put them on a fucking computer, which I don't know why you would want to play mobile games on your computer. But it's like that. It looks like that. You click around a lot, like it's like an iPad game, except you use your mouse to do it. I feel like I'm playing like one of those like I don't know 90s like fucking detective games. I don't know if you've ever played those where you like click on clues and it like pulls stuff up. It's like
I
that.
don't play Toys R Us games.
Yeah,
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
it's essentially a giant game that plays itself. It has a large fan base of people that are delusional and think this is a video game. Kyle being one of them. I once upon a time attempted to play this, but then after it played itself for about I don't know 10 hours, I was like, "Shit, dude! I just got bored. The shit just kept doing everything for me. So I guess
It doesn't play itself.
I'll
Maybe your
move
auto attack
on.
does that, but that's it.
I mean, I'm as we've discussed in previous iterations of the show, I am a FPS slayer, a wing dinger, as I've dubbed it. Okay,
You could
I
like
don't
change your
feel
perspective to FPS in WoW.
I don't even know what you just said. All I know is that you click on things and those things die when you click on them because that's the game. You like tell your guy where to go, and then everything that's fun about
Oh,
a video
you
game.
control your guy where he goes. You WSAD that.
Okay,
Spacebar
you
jump.
position the guy where to go, and then everything that is fun about a video game he does automatically. So I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All jokes aside, I have tried to play WoW. My biggest thing about World of Warcraft is there's no end, and I am a
That's
weirdo.
the good part about it. This shit's timeless. I love that about
I'm
it.
yeah. I mean, that's good for some, but for me, it's like I don't have enough time in the day to sacrifice my life to do that. Like as a guy who's grown up playing like Call of Duty and stuff, high class guy, I know things about games. I play real video games. Um, I played a lot of games, and those games are finite. If I get my fucking dick kicked in a game of Warzone, I know when it's over. I fucking lick my wounds. I cry about the leg. I maybe blame a teammate or something. If I play League of Legends and some dude doesn't res me because he's looting, like I'm okay with that. But the game ends eventually, so I can go rage scream into my pillow until I pass out. So like, it forces me to stop playing. Is what I'm saying. World of Warcraft never ends. I would die if I could somehow convince myself to play this game because I would just never stop playing it.
There's
Um,
just so much to do.
yeah,
It's never ending. There's always something to do.
yeah. I'm not. I really can't talk. I like to talk shit about it because I know Kyle likes it, and I think it's hilarious to say to wow people that the game plays itself because wow, do they get butthurt? And I live for pissing people off. If you couldn't tell by this point, fuck force. So yeah.
Unite.
So yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with the game. It's just not my cup of tea. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people fucking love this game. It is one of those games, and no bullshit. A lot of people get butthurt when you shit talk it, but almost every single one of those people I shit talk it to joke about it. You know what I mean? Like they never attack me. They're never like, "Well, if fucking played the game seriously, you'd realize this is a real fucking thing." Like they're always like, "Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do click a lot. Yeah, you do quest a lot." You know what I mean? Like they're never defensive to the point of being combative. They just kind of laugh it off. So we both share in the jokes. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Peaceful.
It's
Peaceful.
all about fun here, okay? But my long tangent aside, I have played it once upon a time, but I have not played it in, I shit you not, probably 15 years, 14 years. I was a teenage boy, so not to age myself completely. It was a long time ago. Back
Definitely more player friendly these days.
back when Kyle was not allowed to watch The Evil Dead, I played World of Warcraft once upon a time.
I wasn't allowed to watch those, but I could play this game back in the day on
Yeah,
release. That was crazy.
because it was easy. It's for children. They understand you could do
Yeah.
it.
You have to know how to read to
So,
play
like,
this
do you know how to click? Have you used the internet? Well, you could play World of Warcraft.
Can you slam
Jokes.
your head across the keyboard and slide it left or right? This game's for you.
Yeah, I mean that Leroy Jenkins guy. I think he made it look
Oh
pretty
man,
easy. I am joking.
it's not that easy to be a legend. At least he has chicken.
I don't know what that means.
This guy destroying me.
Long time ago, I think I was a rogue hunter, and
A rogue hunter.
I think I killed about 2 boars and completed 4 quests until I was like, I don't know what the point of this is, but I need to leave now because it was 12 hours later, and I was like, this is dangerous.
Yeah, that's definitely back in the day version. It's a lot faster these days. It's way better.
Yeah. See, the worst part about that is that game never made me mad, but I will sink 14 hours into a first-person shooter that makes me scream in my house and makes my girlfriend look at me like I'm an insane person. So I don't know who's right here. All I know is that Kyle is happy about there being a new WoW
I am
expansion,
happy about it.
and I'm sure a lot of other people are too. So
What
who's really right here?
I just found out right now too that Wrath of the Lich King is being re-released for Classic as well. This coming out in 2022. That's pretty freaking cool.
Like for vanilla, you
I've
mean?
Yeah, so WoW did this thing. So we got like the live version of WoW that's happening right now, and then they did WoW Classic. It's kind of weird at this point now because it doesn't really make sense. So they re-released WoW Classic, so you could play the original vanilla back in the day World of Warcraft. Not too long ago, they released the expansion Burning Crusade, and now they're releasing Wrath of the Lich King, which is the third expansion, or I guess the second expansion. Second expansion. So Wrath of the Lich King's coming out again. This is actually the last game I've ever went to a midnight launch for. Was this game?
That
I went
DLC, you
to
mean?
this like expansion. Yeah. So back in the day, this is when you like bought discs and shit. It was released in 2008
Okay.
when
Well,
this came out. I had
okay.
just broken my leg, so I was in
Okay.
a cast and crutches and stuff. My buddy came to my house, loaded me into his car. We brought my gaming chair with me. It had wheels, and I just sat in the chair, and he wheeled me to the Future Shop door, and we went in through the line and everything. I picked up my game at like 1 in the morning and went home and played it. It's amazing.
So okay, let me get this straight. You're saying a crippled can play World of Warcraft. That's that.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
anybody can play it.
Okay. Just wanted to make
There's
sure.
no discrimination in
Just
the world of Warcraft.
there was a lot of details there, and I just really wanted to make sure that was
Yeah, like
clarified.
fresh bummed my leg out, just got out of surgery. And I'm, like, at home, the game's released, and I, like, wanted to go get it, so my buddy came and picked me up. We're in, like, my computer chair with wheels, so I'm, like, sitting in line in this chair, and he's, like, pushing me along like it's a wheelchair. Get inside the building, get my copy, they wheel me out, and we head home, and oh my god, it was amazing.
So so
Last midnight launch I remember going to was this game.
I'm trying to remember the last midnight launch I went to. No one fucking does that shit anymore.
I mm, I mean, now, no, it'd be stupid, but, like, I would still it'd be cool to do it, like, maybe one more time.
I think the last one I would have went to would probably be like Gears of War 4, maybe?
Yeah, it'd definitely be, like, one of those shoot games.
Gears of War, maybe? Once
COD,
shit
Gears of
you could
War?
just buy digitally, I'm a lazy man. I can just get it at midnight in my house.
Yep, now you
So,
can, yep.
yeah. I do
Back in the
kind of
day when that
miss
wasn't an option.
that nostalgic feel of like being in the line and like hearing all the
Yeah,
buzz about it and people were like, I heard this and I heard that. And just sharing the excitement of what
yeah.
was about to come. And everyone getting their copy and walking out of the fucking EB Games back when EB Games was a thing. And they would smile like idiots in the parking lot. And then they would get in their car and they would go home and they would venture down the same journey you were about to. And we all just shared that experience together. And we were excited about that. You know what I mean? Now we just sit at
That was a good
home
time.
and we just get our games online and we're just
Don't see
angry
people.
all the time. We don't ever share in the excitement. It's really great. I prefer
Good
it this
game.
way. I don't have to see you fucking peasants in real life. I don't have to pretend like I give a shit that you're there for the same thing I'm there for. Especially when it's like a stupid thing like a game that plays itself. Like all I see is just a herd of dumb fuckers just standing in front of a store swapping stories about a game that literally plays itself.
Imitating Murlocs.
Yeah, some dude's cosplaying and you're like, this is as far as you go. This line is a metaphor for your life. EB games and home. No, I'm just kidding. Uh all jokes aside though, I there's a couple nostalgic things I do miss about like gaming as a whole. I do miss LANing. LANing was just so much
Oh
fun.
my god, was that
Midnight
fun.
launches were
Halo
so
3
much fun.
days.
I think it's really about like being there with people, sharing the excitement of the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
It really does make things a lot better. So there is certainly some things about gaming in the past that I do really miss, and that none of you stupid kids playing Fortnite will ever get to
Nope.
experience.
You missed out on some prime days.
Yeah, we get to
Nothing like
all.
texting your buddies and be like, "Hey, meet up here." You get in line, everybody sits and bullshits. You bullshit with the guys in front of you, behind you, everything. Midnight launches were amazing. They were so fun. Standing in you wouldn't think standing in a line waiting for a game would be fun, but it was fun to do. And at like midnight too, you're like, "Oh shit, it's late. We're out here trying to get a game. All your buddies are here. Buddies are coming up with like Tim Hortons, giving you coffee, stay warm."
Yeah,
Oh man, that shit was fun.
and
That
you
was
let
so fun back then.
and you let every friend in front of you in line, even though people have been waiting there for hours. You're just like, yeah, he's with me, man. I've been saving him a spot for 4 hours, and
Who
then
went and got Tim's? Oh yeah, sorry there, bud.
you watch every heart break behind you because the line just got one person
That's one copy that's gone. If I miss out by one copy, I'm shooting that
longer.
guy.
That's really dark, but that's probably some people's mind. Uh, no, I really do miss it. As much as I like to joke about it, it really was a fun time. It makes me sad that there's not stuff like that to be really excited about. Like it's obviously still exciting to share in new games and stuff like that, but there really was something about like going there, anticipating it, and just watching all those other people like it as much as you
Yeah,
do, and they're willing to do the same shit. You know what I mean? Like people willing to sacrifice hours of their time potentially just to hold a place in line, just to get their game. Be the fucking 10th person that got it or what have you. Just I don't know. There's something
yeah.
exciting about that. Something special about that we don't get
Just the
anymore.
vibe of it all was just amazing.
Yeah.
That was a time that is now long gone that I will miss forever, and it was amazing.
Yes. But you know what is timeless, Kyle? As you pointed out, World of Warcraft is timeless.
It
And
is
what
timeless. This yeah.
and what Kyle means by that is that whether you're a toddler or you're fucking on your deathbed, you can play World of Warcraft. And if you want to play classic, they're reselling you all the expansions because you're stupid and you're going to buy them. Right?
I do
Is
believe
it
the
free?
classics are free, yes.
Fuck. All right,
As
sorry.
long as you
I
have
I take it back. You're
a
not
subscription, it's free.
Dude, I don't know why I'm throwing so much hate out there today,
You've
but
already
like
paid for it, you don't have to pay for it again. That would be horse shit.
that would be horseshit. I don't know. Today I'm fired up. I'm talking mad shit, talking way out my ass.
Wrath was a beautiful expansion too. I
fuck Force. You know what I mean?
really liked fucking Lich King.
I
Fuck
will.
Force. If you like Wrath, let me know. It's fucking awesome.
I
That was
don't
a good
know.
expansion.
I don't know any of the things you just said, but I know a lot of people are excited for not only the DragonFlight was it called, and then you're talking about the reemergence of Lich King.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
Wrath has already been done and gone, and they're just bringing it back to play as like a type of live version.
okay. So I
So yeah,
mean, things to look forward to for World
there's
of
some stuff to
Warcraft.
look forward to. This
Yeah.
game's making some strides. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I put this game down for like a year, something like that. I put it down for a year and I just started playing it again.
Dude, I feel like everyone who ever is like super into World of Warcraft is like a fucking addict on the brink of fucking caving in. Everyone I talk to, it's like, I hadn't touched liquor in 20 years, and then I had one sip, and my
This is my
life fell
relapse.
apart. You're like, I haven't bought WoW time in 10 years, and then I bought a card, and my fucking life crumbled.
Oh, you might not know this then, but World of Warcraft actually allows you to buy game time using in-game gold. So if you're good at making gold in the game, you don't actually have to buy time at all. You could just buy WoW tokens, which will give you 30 days playtime or a month, whatever you want to call it.
I did not know
So
that,
that's
Kyle.
really cool. You don't have to spend money anymore on the game. You just got to grind and get that gold.
I do respect that, though. That is a cool way to do it. Reward
Yeah.
people's time. That is
It's
very
like a
cool.
way that Blizzard kind of like is able to like weed out because like people were like buying gold off of like a third party website where you would like find and not like an illegal gold farmer, but like it's like against terms of service or whatever. You would like go to these websites, you would buy gold from them, they would meet you in game, give you the gold and whatnot. And then these like WoW Classic came about after there was like a private server made, which kind of like modded World of Warcraft so you could play vanilla back in the day.
Okay.
And then ever since that got shut down by Blizzard from like, I think they took it to court and everything because it was like they're ripping off their game. So after that was done, then they finally released like World of Warcraft Classic. And then from then, now we're into Burning Crusade, which is live right now. And now we're getting Wrath of the Lich King, which is due out in 2022 sometime. So that's pretty cool. I really liked Wrath. Wrath was probably my favorite expansion. It was really cool. So that would be cool to get it back. Lots of flying mounts and everything. Flying really took off in Wrath. So I'm excited. Glad to be back on it again. The
No, man,
best relapse ever.
best relapse ever. That is a slogan that needs to be on the fucking box, dude. Just in quotation, best relapse ever. Just get your Burning Crusade today. But
Burning Crusade.
no, for real though, I talk a lot of shit about it because it is super fun to talk shit about everything. But I really do like admire the fact that like people are still going hard at that game and that they're like bringing it back again. In the classic, relaunching the old stuff, like kind of getting that double dose of nostalgia with it. So I mean, I think they are doing a lot of things correctly. Granted, I don't play the game enough to really weigh on like the fucking finer details, but I think it speaks volumes that they understand like what their customers kind of want, and they seem to be feeding some of them the content that they want to see, like whether that's playing vanilla or new expansions for the main game. Like they're kind of serving both parties, because I know there was a lot of like division between some where they were like, wow, classic would be better, and the fucking new shit sucks. So I mean, it kind of makes sense that they're able to like cater to both sides of that fucking war, and then also keep your game going. It's been fucking going for so long. It is so old. That's probably why it looks like doo doo. But like, it's been going for a long time, and I do respect the fact that it continues to keep going.
Yeah.
especially amidst the fact that Microsoft is buying everyone, including them. So, do you think we get a fucking Master Chief, some Halo expansion? You think they just do some straight up crossover shit?
Wouldn't that be fucking something?
We just get a Flood DLC or like expansion, but like,
I would
like
love to see some Flood.
obviously
That'd be
you
so
can't do
fun.
straight up Spartan shit because it's a fantasy world. But like, you could do Flood. You could do Flood. That could fit in there.
Do Flood. Could be like a
Yeah,
boss or like a dungeon for a bit. You go in there and fight some Flood. That'd be
yeah,
fun.
yeah,
Covenant.
yeah,
That'd be all right.
yeah,
Trash mobs will be grunts and jackals, and your little
yeah.
higher up boss will be an elite here and there, and then you fight like a scarab at the end. Like, could be all kinds of fun stuff like that.
I don't want to
Imagine. That'd
say
be so
we're
weird.
geniuses, but I think we just figured it out. The whole reason Microsoft is buying Blizzard Activision is to
Shoot
make
us a message
this.
if you like this idea. We'll work with you.
Yeah, fuck Force. We know how to get shit done, is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
we got
Um,
ideas out the ass.
but that's it, man. That's all for this week,
That's all.
Kyle. Thank you guys for bearing with us. Sorry we were gone so long. I hope I didn't talk too much shit to the point where you're actually mad, because if I did, I'm joking. I'm trying to get Kyle to laugh, and maybe one of you too. That's kind of the
People
goal.
are just vibrating in their seats.
Yeah, they're like, did he say
Motherfucker.
World of Warcraft was not real?
I'm
I
messaging right now.
I will show
Fuck
you real, motherfucker.
you.
Yeah.
This is a Coulter classic. You fuck.
That would, dude. I would respect the hell out of that. That is such a fucking good callback burn. I couldn't even be mad. That's so good. That's so funny. That's fun.
Oh
That's
man.
A1 right there. And I think that's probably the best laugh of the fucking podcast. So in doing that, we're gonna call it there. I think, no need to jump the shark. Kyle delivered the grade 8 gold that we know he can, and we attempted to deliver the gaming news that you expect us to try to. So
Try to. Keyword.
I think after our hiatus, we delivered some of those things we are known for. I Yeah, we'll leave it up to you guys to decide how much we've delivered. You can give thumbs ups. I don't think you can do thumbs downs anymore. I
I
wish
hope
you
not.
could, dude. I wish you could, because I would tell every one of you to just bomb this fucking video.
You know what?
I
Fuck it.
want
Do what you want with
I
it.
want 1,000 thumbs down. Fuck the thumbs up. Everyone's like, ooh, like and subscribe. How about you dislike and complain? That's what Fuck Force is about. Getting fucking.
Fucking about.
That's what we're
Motherfucker.
about. We're breaking shit down. No joke though. Thank you guys for watching. We're sorry we're gone for so long. I hope we didn't miss any key details on anything we shared with you. If we did,
Hopefully
make
not.
sure to correct us in the fucking description below. Culture Classics Unite. But yeah, man. Honestly, I appreciate you, Kyle. Appreciate all you guys fucking listening and watching and liking, subscribing. I really do have fun doing this, and yeah, I don't know how much more I can say. Thank
All
you.
hail the birth of the fuck force today.
All the fuck force.
This is how
Just
strong we are. We are
this
like
is how
this is a tight
this
grip
is
right
this
here.
is dude. So much fucking tightness in this grip right now. You see this? I like almost just broke my finger.
That's
I don't know if you could
that's
hear
not
that
going
crack.
anywhere.
You see those white knuckles? That's how tight this is. Anyway, that's how we're ending all of the episodes from now on. Just fuck force out.
Fuck force out.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Fuck force
Fuck
out.
force out.
Bye.